All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich CELENZA. Thanks for checking out the Rich CELENZA show. So, what I'm going to call this podcast is Bet on Your Health. And a lot of times I feel like some of the things I talk about are the same as previous podcasts, which I think no matter who you are, you're going to end up doing that to a certain point, especially if you start doing a lot of different episodes or a lot of different YouTube videos or just content in general. You know, there's only so much in the tank, right? So I'm always trying to, the best I can, or the best of my ability, is to kind of come up with unique ways to approach certain things and bring up things that I don't remember that I brought up before. But if I brought it up before, I'm sorry. But in this case, I did have some things that were different, I think, when it came to betting on your health. And I think a lot of people bet on a lot of things throughout their life. It could be betting on themselves regarding a job, a business. It could be, it could be many different things. You could be gambling, hypothetically. You're betting on things. You could be betting on, a certain lifestyle, getting a family, having kids. Maybe not doing that. Become more career-orientated or investing in the stock market or investing in real estate or whatever it is, you're kind of betting on yourself to succeed. Most likely. You're not usually doing a lot of things with the hopes of failure. Maybe some people self-sabotage themselves, but for the most part, I think a lot of us want to succeed at what we're doing. And at the same time, a lot of people neglect their health. I've said this many times, is, when your health goes, everything goes. And I don't think a lot of people realize that, especially the youth, that, when all else fail, when things fail and you get sick, you may get injured or get hurt, the brakes are put on, and you can't believe it. It can even be not only going through different things physically, putting the brakes where you can't do much, but also financially. A lot of people just don't understand that if they get sick, they may lose their job. Not only that, if they don't have insurance, but even if they have insurance, going to the hospital a lot, rehabilitation, all these things cost a lot of money. I'm just telling you, if you don't know that, I kind of find that shocking to a certain degree, but then I think, wow, I have two daughters that have had a lot of medical issues throughout their life, so I know it really well. But in this case, back to betting on your health. And now that I'm in my 50s, I see so many guys, and women, I should say, both, that really just neglected their health. They, I think, always, for one, never thought they would get that out of shape, or they were getting that out of shape. Did I say that correctly? They don't realize how out of shape they are, or they weren't. Okay, I think you get the point. I do know some of them think they're heavier, but through the pandemic especially, I think as you age, you don't realize how much harder it is to lose weight and to get in better shape, especially if you've neglected your body for many, many years, months, or decades. Let's put it that way. I shouldn't even say months. And I'm just going to say, from my perspective, the one thing you should be betting on is taking care of your health. And I don't even know if betting is the right word, but staying in shape, or at least, and I shouldn't say, I think what people think when I say staying in shape, that means you got to go to a gym 3 to 5 times a week. You got to do cardio, you got to work out with weights, you got to do yoga, Pilates, run, swim. That's not what I'm saying necessarily. I'm just saying living not even an extremely healthy lifestyle, just a healthier life. Like not being obese, not being overweight, also not being extreme, all these things. But just being someone that's in moderate shape and being able to hold a certain, I guess you could say, weight that's healthy is huge. Also, being active is huge. The thing, again, I'm going to tell you about is, in this podcast, is about a lot of men and women, especially when they start to head in their 50s and 60s, and they start having health issues. And a lot of people do, and they don't talk about them. You probably don't even know this, but a lot of your friends, family members, colleagues, secretively have health issues. A lot of them. You just don't know about it because they don't tell you about them. Maybe if you're close with them, they'll tell you. But a lot of times, it may be too late. You may have neglected your health, especially if you've really taken no interest in your body and maintaining it or taking care of it. Here's the thing, and I always take an honest approach, hopefully, when I'm doing these podcasts. I have partied throughout my life. There's no question about that. Now, I was a father for a long time where I kind of put the brakes on that. Now, when I say I partied, it didn't mean I just wasn't into drugs. But for the most part, from almost the time I was born to about my mid-20s when I got married, I spent my entire life, for the most part, in bars and nightclubs and gentlemen's clubs and everything in between. I hung around with tons of different people that party. I drank, I smoked cigars, and then I got married, and I was I kind of went the other way. Then I didn't want to be bothered at all. But then after I got a divorce, roughly in my late 40s, I take that back, my late 30s, right? Yeah, sorry, my late 30s. Then I went back. And again, I'm not doing drugs, but I started to go out a ton, drink, travel throughout the entire United States. That goes for major cities as well. And I've always tried to maintain the best healthy body I could, along with doing whatever I wanted to do. And sure, I've had times where my weight fluctuated, especially in my past when I was heavy and I started to feel shitty, and I talk about that a lot. But I just think if people can get to where they need to be physically, and again, it doesn't have to be extreme, the better off you're going to be. I know my age demographic, again, on my podcast, YouTube, and all that is younger. It's like 25 to 35 is a majority of my, I don't know why, that listen to me or my viewership. I'm telling you guys right now, bet on your health. Take care of it. I promise you, in the long time, it is going to be worth it. You don't know what you're going to feel like in the future. And I think that's one of the things I actually just had or have I not? I wanted to have a talk with my daughters. A lot of us don't understand why people say in their 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s, they're kind of cranky. They don't feel good. I know just in my 50s now how my body is changing. Things are more complicated. My eyes have changed. Getting up a certain way changes. Getting winded quicker. All these type of things start happening to you, and it is not easy. It isn't. You don't realize when you're younger, even if you're drinking, you don't really have that bad of hangovers, or you just pop right up out of bed, or you get injured and you recover very quickly, all these things. As you get older, for the most part, that is not going to happen. I'm just telling you right now. So be aware of that. Throughout your life, you're going to be banking on many different things or betting on different things to do, but always have in your back pocket your health. Maintain some type of healthy lifestyle, some type of something that and again, it doesn't have to be every day, but something you're doing to hopefully make yourself stronger, kind of help with your cardio, help maintain your weight, not allowing yourself to become obese. And again, that doesn't mean you can never eat fast food or junk food or have drinks or smoke once in a while or whatever, but I think you know the difference between the excessive part of that. If you want some drinks, have some drinks once in a while. But if you're going to drink every single day for 20, 30 years, I'm going to tell you it's going to take a toll on you. If you smoke all the time, it's going to take a toll on you. If you never do any type of, exercise or anything to help again with your body physically, it's going to take a toll on it. Don't wait till it gets too long. All right? I want to emphasize that a lot because people just wait so long, and I discussed this before, a lot of people work really hard and make a lot of money, right? And then as they get older, their health just starts to slip. A lot of money they ended up making, they have to respend on trying to get their health back. But just if you put a little more time and effort into it, you're not going to probably go through that. And I will wrap up officially with this. I had immigrant grandparents, and my grandma was overweight, but she was extremely active. She even lived almost into her mid-90s. And my other grandfather, who's extremely active, he lived into his mid-80s, I think, around there. I'm pretty sure it was there. And he was maybe the late 70s or early 80s. I think it was around there. And I've had other grandparents that have neglected their health and who partied and drank and whatever, and they didn't, live as long. And I'm not saying that, if you live a certain lifestyle, you're going to live longer than any, or live a long period of time. I don't know. And even if you're really healthy, doesn't mean you can't catch certain illnesses, diseases, or whatever. That can happen to anybody. But while you're alive, I heard this famous saying, it's a lot easier to live life in better shape than it is out of shape. And I really think if you think about that, it's true. Because, if a lot of people out there are really out of shape and really overweight and they're struggling. And, that's a struggle. I can assure you working out, eating maybe a little better, burning off more calories would probably be a lot easier than what you're going through. But you're not looking at it that way. You're kind of looking at it like, oh my God, I got to go to the gym every day, or I got to go work out, or I got to diet, I got to lift weights. I don't like any of these things, or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, you don't feel good. Just find what works best for you. Try to just also get to something that's realistic when it comes to your health. I think too many people are extreme. And what they do is they go too far. If you've always wanted to lose 30 pounds, wonderful. Let's start with 15 and maintain that. If you can maintain 15, and let's just do it for a year, then maybe lose another 5 in a year. Maybe in a year lose another 5. It's better than a lot of people that actually do get really interested in losing weight and getting healthier and lose 30, 40 pounds. They get down there, and then after a certain amount of time, they can't maintain it. They don't like the diet anymore. They don't like the workout routine. They get bored. They lose interest, and they gain the 40 back, sometimes even more. Let's just take a realistic approach on what you're trying to do with your health. I think that's something you really should think about. So I'm going to wrap it up there. If you got any questions or comments, you can hit me up. I'm at richcelenza.com. And I got a bunch of stuff coming out as well. I'm doing a lot of consulting and stuff for men as well. And with wardrobe, fitness, confidence, and all these different types of things. And I've been getting hit up a lot with guys especially older guys, and too, personally, that I know, that are just having some problems now after this COVID, losing weight and really underestimating how hard it is to get how hard it is to get back into shape, or just back into moderate shape. All right. I had to drink some water there. All right. Take care, everyone, and I wish you nothing but the best.